need, we're going to talk about fair value gaps and how to use them in your day-to-day trades. Naturally, most people that make this video only teach you about the patterns, but they never teach you about the implementation of the patterns. And that's why you lose. Because majority of you see every fair value gap as an entry, but you lack the knowledge and the logic behind every fair value gap. So, in the first part, I'm just going to teach you exactly what the patterns are. And then the second part is where we get into actually back testing and showing you where the highest probability fair value gaps are, the best entries for them, and the ones to avoid. Okay, let's get into it. And this is exactly how I've helped a few of my students. We're up 5 million in funded this week. I was about to say this year. And then we got many more on the way with the new students that we've got enrolled. So let's get into it. What is fair value? It's simply the market offering buy side and sell side a fair opportunity to get in the markets. When you have a SIBI, it's simply buy side's opportunity to get in. Because what's a SIBI? It is a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, which means sell side was offered and buy side wasn't. So buy side now have the opportunity to redeliver inefficiency to this inefficient, basically redeliver efficiency to this inefficient gap right here. Now they would rebalance. A rebalance is when we close below. We'd have a candle close below here, right here, this final high, and you would see a continuation downwards. And that way they've created a balanced price range. Hence why when a candle closes down and we close below here, your stop loss can go above that high. That's rebalanced this imbalance. Because what's the market doing? The market is only ever doing two things, as we already know. And if you don't know this, you know it now. And I've just saved you a heap of money and time, which you would have paid someone else for information that's pretty much free. The market is seeking buy stops and sell stops and is always offering fair value, which is simply offering a fair chance for buy side to get in or sell side to get in. Now, when you see a SIBI, you focus on the BI, and that BI, so the second half of the word, the BI means you can expect a redelivery of liquidity to this inefficiency, to this price range, and it becomes balanced when this price range becomes rebalanced. That's it. Same way with Rabesi, which is a bullish FVG, as you've seen below. It's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficient. So you can expect a sell side redelivery to rebalance this imbalance. But a rebalance occurs when we close back into the range, which is here, and we'd have a expansion upwards to the external range liquidity. Does that make sense? All these PD arrays also are internal range liquidity. As you know, PD arrays are internal and the highs and the lows are external, right? So that makes up they're seeking sell stops and buy stops and they're offering fair value, which is just a fair chance for buy side and sell side to be in the market. Does that make sense? Makes perfect sense. I know it does. Now, let's get into the video. Firstly, as you know, just in case some of you don't understand, it's a 3 candle pattern where with a SIBI, which is a bearish FVG, the wick low and the first candle and the third candle wick high do not collide and overlap, leaving a gap in the middle right here. You should just see a gap. Okay, and the same way with the bullish FVG, which is a BISI, again, the wick high of the first candle and the wick low of the third candle do not overlap and collide, leaving a gap within the middle for for sell side to refill, rebalance, and then expand towards the external range liquidity, which is a buy stop or a sell stop, which is simply the market's offset accumulation, offering smart money the opportunity to pair to buy in to sell stops, which is retail sell stops. And over here is offering smart money offset distribution. Well, smart money uses offset distribution to sell into buy stops. That's it. And they continue downwards. IFEG, the same thing. Okay? It's just an old BIS SIBI turning into an IFEG, which means there's a displacement, which shows a redelivery of sell side liquidity to the buy side liquidity right here. That's it. That's all you need to know. IFEG is my most favorable entry PDRA, as you know, but I'm going to teach all of them for you now. Okay, now let's get into it. We have a 4-hour CRT right here. The lows have been swept. Offset accumulation. We can expect that smart money have made a handshake with retail sell stops. They brought into it. And this is our first target right here. This is our first target, but this is our main objective. Okay. So now we can drop down and look for a reversal. The highest probability entry checklist A+. If you haven't got that, go to my Twitter and look for the post where it says A+ setups. Find that post and you will understand how to find high probability entry setups. Okay. Continuing. Oh, and that video alone will pass you an account and get you a payout, by the way. But it's up to you. Now, we have a sell stop raid. We can expect to find a BISI because our bias is bullish. So all we should be looking for is old SIBIs to turn into IFEGs and BISIs to form, which are bullish FVGs. Which, as you can see right here, what do we have? An FVG, right? Well, we tapped into this FVG right here. See that? We've had a sell side redelivery. They've closed back. You can enter right here. Where does your stop loss go? Below the low. And we can continue. Or you can keep your stop loss completely below the low of the order block. Right? And we can aim for our drawn liquidity. Just like that. And that's a BISI. Now, in the same scenario, ironically, guaranteed, we can find ourselves another, see, a BISI right here. See that BISI? Right here. What did we have here? We had a sweep. What can we expect? Oh, look at that, an IFEG. We have an IFEG right here. What do we have? A redelivery. Sell side redelivery towards the buy side liquidity. Notice that. That's all you need. That's literally it. Generally, I could end this video right here and you've learned everything you need to know about fair value gaps. That's it. Generally, when you're bullish, you look for bullish IFEGs, which is old SIBIs being displaced, and you look for BISIs. That's it. Notice price didn't even come back down here. Why? Because liquidity has been taken. Now, you know what? I'm going to add a fun fact just because. Just so that a few of these mentors, yeah, they're going to lose money by me saying this. Notice a turtle soup is simply when price is at a PDRA. You could have entered here and hold on, let me show you why. You would have entered here, right? And it would have looked like, oh my days, he caught a turtle soup. Really and truly, you didn't catch no turtle soup. All you caught was a redelivery of sell side to a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, creating this balanced price range, which is simply a retracement to this fair value gap. And you would have entered here and you could have went onto the 1 minute. And your stop loss is literally just below this order block right here. So then now, when you post it, it looks like you've done something special. Really and truly, it was just a turtle soup occurs at a fair value gap. That's it. You see this? You see that? Stop loss here, where it's price least likely to go before drawing towards where it's most likely to go. And voila. That's it. And notice we even, in the 1 minute, had a redelivery to this IFVG. And you can expect high prices again. Watch. Entered. See that? Easy. Notice we have a redelivery of sell side to this BISI right here. Right here. Okay? You can enter again. Where does your stop loss go? You can even come below here. It's the same thing. What's that? A BISI. Sell side redelivery to the BISI. Now we can expect higher prices. Done. And voila. I've taught you more than enough, even more than I was supposed to teach you for free. Of course, if my private students are watching this as well, because they probably are going to ask. I'm sorry. I know. Sometimes I give too much away. But again, there's more nuances and more in-depth insights of this in order to make it work fully. But it's good enough for you to find your own strategy. This is all you need to succeed. That's all. Now, God bless. I've got a few seats remaining in the Author Private Elite. The Private Elite is the Harvard of all my mentorships. The acceleration is for other people who want to know me on a personal level, one-to-one, face reveal. You get my WhatsApp number, and I guarantee you within 6 months, I'll pass you and get you a payout. And if I do not, I have to refund you all your money. Of course, that comes with parameters. You have to pass assessments along the way so that I know you're being serious and you're not trying to steal my money whilst learning a skill. Okay? However, with that being said, theauthor.co.uk, that's where you can find me at. You can book a call, whether or not you want to be the acceleration student or you want to be a private elite member, or you can be a part of the Renaissance. I hope you live for as long as you want, and you never want for as long as you live. Oh, and just before I leave, actually, I'll leave that for my private students. God bless.